Big-time stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kick it away first. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Sooners offense will get first crack at it today. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got his man out of the backfield. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to throw on third down. Quick strike complete. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Sooners are rolling down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
That is not good news for this offense, guys. I mean, the defense only brought 3 on that play, and they were still able to get after the quarterback. This O-line has got to play better.
Good timing on the quick out. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
He's in open space downfield. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So South Carolina's offense will go to work for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you.
Racing down the left side. He's at the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate, easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the field.
Fighting off the defender. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his big tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Sooners line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. No fair catches here, looking for room. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Got enough for the first. Still on his feet at the 45. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as it gets him down at the 37.
How about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Clark. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got him. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
You knew coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
They made the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Finds his target down the middle. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. New center down's right on the doorstep for this offense. A 1st down run in the red zone. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Well, this defense is going to mix up their looks against this quarterback, playing some zone. That time it was man coverage, but they also brought the blitz. So they're just trying to keep this quarterback on his toes.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Line out trying to get it in. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. Fourth and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Touchdown, South Carolina. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. The give to the tailback. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Caught over the middle. It's Brown. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. When you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown, DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
Breaks the tackle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space Chase Odyssey. Williams, Bryce alive on third down. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
They'll go to the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the score.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Absolutely center cut. That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, man. Take a look at how things are playing out. Miami is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul in Oxford who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to...
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Guys, for just a little bit, let's talk about South Carolina. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Finds a tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
And guys, how many 1st downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the 3rd quarter.
On the run, still looking. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Here comes the heat. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Quickly complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up fourth down.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
And they swarm him under.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
And the Gamecocks line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker, it's Clark. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays and temps for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that one.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down.
Here we go. Music no.
Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. With that last one, he now has 40 career touchdown catches.
I mean, he's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because, Paul, he always makes play.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about single cover, double cover, triple cover. You're still throwing him the ball because he's going to find a way to make it happen. 40 TD catches. That is awesome.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stop for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Thomas. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
A really nice job by the quarterback putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that curl. Try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass, but when the QB puts it that hard on the money with that much accuracy, really hard route to defend.
There to stop him at the 43, but he gets 5 and moves the sticks. And he's just going to spike it. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
These wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, that can be a good changeup. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but, man, it keeps that DB off balance.
Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He wants it all. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
That's a decision the quarterback would love to have back. Down here in this area of the field in the red zone, these windows, they close so quickly. Everything just has to be done a little bit faster. You've got to be so much more precise, and as a result of being late on the throw, they turn it over in the red zone.
Snap to the back. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it is hard to beat Columbia when that town is buzzing as it is today. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Williams-Brice.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Makes the grab on the left. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. To the air on first down. Unloads it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Wide open downfield. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Sooners headed quickly to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
The Sooners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Sooners will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Extra blockers on the field. Offense goes full house. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
My old coach said to never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. He's got it. 1st down and more. There he goes. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. What an unfortunate penalty there. They thought they'd converted the 4th down. Instead, they'll have to try it again. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Slings it. He's got it in more than enough for a 1st down. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. The Gamecocks are on the move. Quarterback making adjustments. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Hauls it in. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
And with that pass right there, Over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
The Gamecocks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Try to get it to the edge. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Second down, he'll throw it. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Now third and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Ample time in the pocket, and lets it go to the left. Pulls in the deep ball. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wants to throw on first down. Touchdown Sooners! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. Gets it out fast. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
At the 32-yard line. Now, fourth down.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Great place to start for this offense. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Grabbed behind the line, it's Thomas. Breaks into the open. He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Thomas. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Sooners will hustle to the line. Snapped it in the shotgun. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass. Punts it out of the air. At the 45 on its way. A quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Clark. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Offense set on first down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. He makes the grab. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Tight end finds a soft spot. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man in the middle. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. I know they were expected to win this game, and they're just about to finish it off, but there is something to be said for handling this type of pressure.
Handling it and squashing it. I mean, what an unbelievable job proving that you're one of the best teams in the country. Like, leave no doubt. That's a good football team on the other side of the field, Palmer, that they just took apart.
Yeah, they've been able to fight complacency all season long. It seems like it never matters who's lined up across from them. They're bringing their A-plus game to the yard, and they did that here today. Statement delivered.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. The throw to the outside is complete. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
What a great play by the defense. In a critical down late in the game, one possession behind, you needed to come up with that play now to hopefully force a punt and give your offense a chance to go win the game.
They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, South Carolina.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season. But